Hey guys, good morning. It's Scott from Scott Miller Guitar. This is, I should say, good morning, YouTubers out there. So glad to be here this morning. This is episode 77, Guitar Tips of the Day. 77, we're rocking, right? And I always make my rounds. I go from Facebook and then to Twitter and then to YouTube and then Instagram. So imagine you gave four speeches, one speech a day, four different locations. They would be slightly different. The content is basically the same, but maybe the jokes are different and stuff like that. So, hey, what we've been talking about lately, guys, we've been talking about modes. And I started with a quiz a few days ago. I said, let's take the notes of music. Let's say you have 12 notes of music. Can one note be a scale? Nope. One note is a note from low to high. Okay, two notes. Can two notes be a scale? Nope. Two notes is an interval, or the distance between notes. Here's an interval. It doesn't matter. Any two notes is just an interval, so cannot be a scale. What about three notes? Well, three notes we call a triad or a chord, but not any three notes. If I took C, C sharp, and D, well, that's not a recognized triad. So if I did C, E, G, or C, E flat, and G, or maybe C, E, G sharp, C, E flat, and G flat, these are all. So I did major, minor, I did augmented, diminished, and sus4. Those are just three note combinations, right? And so those are called triads. Well, there's a great book by Mark Levine, great jazz player. He wrote this massive book. I don't know if you guys remember, it's before your time, but phone books, remember those? They're like this, right? He wrote this massive, great, phenomenal jazz book, instructional book. You know, it's a piano book, but I mean, well, he's a piano player and there's piano examples in it, but any instrumentalist can use it. I have it. I'm a guitar player, right? But he talks about minor six scales, which is 1, flat, 3, 5, 6. I call that a chord or an arpeggio. So I call that, I don't consider that a scale, but what I would say is this, that, and of course every time I turn on the camera I scratch my face, right? But so I teach, after 30 years of playing and 26 years of teaching, I personally teach that you need 5 notes to make a scale. And we call that the pentatonic, any 5-note scale. And the most common ones are major pentatonic and minor pentatonic, but there's also dominant 9 pentatonic. There's minor 6 pentatonic. Those come from the melodic minor scale. I love those. But so we need 5 notes for pentatonic. Well, then we start talking about modes, patterns, forms, shapes, fingerings. And I said what a mode is. Imagine you have 5 letters, C, D, E, G, A. Watch this. C, D, E, G, A, D, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, D, G, A, C, D, E, A, C, D, E, G. What's the benefit of doing that? The benefit, if you only had one pattern like this, and then you had to change keys to like E flat, and then you had to change keys to G flat, change keys to A, you'd be jumping around the neck, wouldn't you? Not a very efficient way of playing, and it creates forced melodic ideas. So what I teach students, guys, start with the major pentatonic. It's just the simplest scale, meaning you need 5 notes to make a scale. Don't start with the 6-note blues scale or the 7-note major scale. Start with the simple 5-note major pentatonic. Learn 5 easy shapes, and look what we've covered. If I start down here, I'm going to go from the 2nd fret up to the 15th fret. If I did this, if I do this, and then this, look what we've covered there. So that's just in the key of C. Can you imagine if you later do that in the key of G, D, A, E, B, F sharp or G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F. I did it. That was a circle of fifths really quickly. But do you see the power in that, guys? You learn 5 easy shapes in one key and then the other 11 keys, and man, you can play anywhere on the neck, being super creative. So going back to Monday, I gave you mode 1. I'll give it to you again, then we'll do mode 2, and then today's lesson was mode 3. So here is mode 1 of the C major pentatonic. You're going to go from the bottom, 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, and 8, 10. Okay, next pattern, pattern 2, mode 2, fingering, form, whatever you want to call it. It goes 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 10, 12. And the final pattern, not the final one, but for today, we're doing mode 3 today. We're not going to be using open strings for now, so let's go to the 12th fret and go 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, and 12, 15. That's it, guys. Hey, thank you for subscribing to this channel. I think many of you out there with my YouTube channel got my 3 free chapters from my book. Let me know if you didn't. We can give you a link. You can get that for you. It's based on my book that I sell at Amazon, Amazing Guitar Chords Volume 1. So you get 3 free chapters. I do have a free video course. It's in the description, I think. But it's just 14, not just. It's a free video course, 14 videos in HD. It's called Learn Awesome Guitar. You can find it at learnawesomeguitar.com. And I have my new course, The 7 Simple Secrets to Learn Any Song by Ear. I love it. I spent a year on it. You'll love it. It'll enable you to learn any song by ear fast on guitar. Super cool. So guys, now, like I said, I'm making my rounds. I've done Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Now I'm going to jump over to Instagram. And every single day, after doing these tips of the day, I write a brand new song every morning, throw the chords in my looper and improvise over it. So I'll be posting that today. So love you guys. Be good. Go get a free course at Learn Awesome Guitar and check out the links above. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Love you. See you soon.